All right, we're live. Woo!
Yay!
It's another week, another show, and we've got somebody on who's not been here before. Hi, Charlotte.
True.
Hello.
The backwards compatible virgin coming to you all the way from Australia.
Yes.
But
Oh my goodness.
we're here and we're waiting for Chris, as usual, because he's got parenting duties, which is understandable. It's cool. Good for him, man.
Being a responsible father is overrated. I've mastered so many lives on Fantasy Life, I'll never master the dad life. Fuck that shit.
You gonna talk about fantasy life here today, John? Is that what
Yes,
you're gonna do?
as a
You're gonna...
matter of fact, I am.
All right.
The crux of my conversation, that goes to another game that a certain someone has been nagging me to play.
Oh, I saw that on the outline, and I'm excited to hear. And I'm sure
I saw that
Charlotte.
too, and I got really excited when I saw it yesterday.
I haven't played it in months, but it's still within arm's reach. Does that count?
Yay!
No, Randy, it does not.
Oh.
Once and for all determine if the things we do count.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. That's fair. That's very fair.
Deco's first comment to us is just stranger. Capital letters. Howdy, Deco.
Happy to have you, buddy.
It's true. I hope we bring in a whole motley crew because everyone is wondering what girl I'm going to Australia for. That is my most liked Facebook status ever.
Ever.
Because Australia is awesome, and everybody loves Australians, because we are awesome.
It's true. I kind of let the cat out of the bag before the episode even started, but I'll talk more in detail about that maybe a little bit later. Maybe. Cannot confirm or deny.
A little bit.
Which, by the way, now that we're on the official airwaves of the internet land, this is my Xenoblade Chronicles shirt. It is
Look at that.
Behold the power of the Monado.
I have one coming in the mail.
Oh, then I should get a Monado shirt.
You should, Randy.
Alrighty. Fine. We'll be the whole team. You know what? No, I'm going to make my own Rhine-themed shirt. And just got to deal with it. It'll be Rhine time all
I was
day.
going to say, at least
Oh, would you look at the time? Just make that, take the meme and just print it on a t-shirt.
they should take that and put it. They should take that and print it onto a watch.
Exactly.
Why
They
has
should
no one done that?
Dude, why has no one done that?
just replace all of the different hours with different, faces of Rhine with some different emotions. Like,
That would be awesome.
it's sleepy Rhine time. I have to go to bed. As you can see, he's very tired.
Make that like the 3 o'clock hour or whatever, so we know we've been up too late.
And
He chimes in with a different thing that Ryan usually says.
no, not even that. I was gonna say every chime is just it's Rhine time, but he repeats it for every hour. So like if it's 8 o'clock,
Oh my God.
you're gonna be hearing that 8 times in a row and wanting to kill
That
yourself.
would get so annoying so fast.
No, you don't understand. I'm gonna take your watch analogy and bring it up, take it up a notch, and make a Ryan cuckoo clock. Where a little Ryan figurine pops out, and instead of cuckooing like a cuckoo clock, it's Ryan time. It's Ryan time.
Oh, that'd be terrible.
That'd be so annoying.
But I'd buy 10 of them.
I would buy one to give away to people that I think deserve it. So, John, you would get one. You'd have to deal with that torment for the rest of your life.
I would.
Have to deal with it the rest of your life. Man, Chris, where are you? Leaving us high and dry.
He does leave us high and dry, but you know what? It's okay, because I have a Charlotte, and I have a Randy.
It's true.
Good. Even if it was just Charlotte and I'm sure we would do nothing but gab at each other back and forth for 90 minutes.
Which is perfect, because that's what we do. on this
Exactly
show.
what would happen.
The show is all about gabbing, endlessly, about things. So, pick the perfect venue.
Endless gabbing podcasts. we had another word, we could call it the Egg Show.
You're right.
Endless gabbing about gaming podcasts. Woo!
Oh.
I'm good with acronyms. It's not the only thing I'm good at.
I'm scared. I need an
What?
adult.
You should be.
You really need an adult. Chris, come tuck me into bed. Get me away from all this. I will be your child.
We need Chris to just pop in just right now when Randy's saying, I need an adult. Right on cue. We cry for Chris, and he answers, no.
Did you just make a Watchmen joke? Because now I hate you.
It was ill-timed of me, but I tried.
We're over. Done. Dunzo. John. I can't do the show anymore. Not after that. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Why not?
Mm-mm. Because
It was a terrible joke, John. Okay.
she's on my side, dude.
Dude,
Randy, I'm going to be on yours and Chris's side throughout the whole podcast. I'm just saying.
So why is he coming to Australia then? Is it so that you can lure him into a trap and murder him?
No, it's
basically,
so I can make fun of him in person.
Perfect. Yes, I wholeheartedly approve of this whole
I
thing.
mean, that's really why I'm going there. She doesn't want to make fun of me from a distance anymore. She wants to bring me right next to her so she can make fun of me in person.
I need to be actually like poking him in the side of the head.
Exactly.
Like, it needs to be actually
But, like, I fully expect for the entire week that I'm there, she's just going to take my temple and just poke.
Just nonstop, man.
the whole time.
And over again. So, Charlotte, how are those exams you studied for?
Nailed Monday's one. Today's was pretty good. Not as good, but still pretty good. And I better pass today's one because it's like if you fail the exam, you fail the subject. So
Oh, damn.
Yikes.
all the third-year geology subjects are like that, which is super annoying. You can do amazing in everything else and then do badly in the exam and fail the subject.
That's awful. Assessment. Assessment is power. Which, by the way, to put this in perspective for everyone, Charlotte will be officially the baby of the show. Like, Chris is like fucking 30. Randy and I are both either 27 or turning 27. And Charlotte's way down there in 21 land, if I'm not mistaken.
Whoa.
21.
Wow.
At least she's legal.
Okay. Is that what you mean?
Listen, buddy.
An illegal age to be on a podcast? John, I'm not understanding this. Please elaborate.
You can't officially join the backwards compatible podcast until you're of drinking age.
Well, we did have an episode a couple of weeks back where if you try to watch it on YouTube, you do need to prove that you are 18 because
Yes.
there may
Not
be
happening this time.
there may be a
Also,
penis in that
Jonathan,
episode. I won't tell you whose penis is in that episode, but there is somebody's
you
penis.
don't know. But Jonathan, in Australia, the legal drinking age is 18. So,
Ooh,
Perfect.
that must make life a little interesting.
a little bit.
Deco disturbs me by asking, does this mean you'll need to change her diaper and burp her?
No,
Well, that's not
as
not
a
my
matter of
job.
fact, It does.
That was John's terminology. He can deal with all of that. I'm
Lord.
too old for that, even though I'm younger than him. But whatever. Raymond is excited to see you, Charlotte.
Hello, Raymond.
Also happy to have you here joining us, Raymond. Thank you for coming to the show.
But you know who would make us really happy to join us is Chris. Where's Chris? He's now 10 minutes late.
You know, if we talk smack about pirates, I'm sure he will show up in no time. Or comics, or Magic the Gathering cards. He would just be like there, and he would be at our throat. Whoa!
Actually, wait. Magic the Gathering cards?
Yeah,
Oh, that was
yeah.
actually fantastic.
Oh!
Wait, it's Chris. It's Chris. Hi, Chris.
I came in just in time for the Magic the Gathering cards too. That's awesome.
It's true.
You summoned me.
That is how you
It was
do
either
it.
Magic the Gathering or we'd talk smack about pirates, and I went for Magic the Gathering because the guy's cards are all over the desk.
Point is, it worked. So we now have the whole crew here, which is great. So we can
Yes.
totally get it started. Chris, do you have to get your headphones on and we can rock and roll
I do.
with your voluptuous hair in the way? God.
Oh, is that in the way?
Well, it's in the way of me and my attention because I can't pull myself away.
Too distracted. Randy needs to draw Kermit on his damn face again.
Oh my God. Well, you ask for it, and obviously it needs to happen.
No. God help me. God help me all.
How's that? Am I coming in?
You are coming in just fine.
Oh God, are you doing that whole thing again?
Happening again.
Oh God. Is this really what's gonna happen? Is this what we're really gonna do?
This is
You know
what
what?
happens when you're late.
If
You get
If
this.
this is-
Now Randy has two.
if this is what's gonna happen, I'm gonna need some candy. I can't do this without sugar. John can't do this without alcohol. I can't do this without sugar.
Wow. Okie dokie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Randy, let's start the damn show. It's gonna be a long one.
Sure. We can get this party started. So hey, everybody, and welcome to
John?
another episode of Backwards Compatible, the podcast. We're a snazzy group of 4 people tonight with a passion for nerdy things like video games, comics, anime, the whole works. So last week we introduced ourselves with internet memes, and this week, for our special guest, we are going to introduce ourselves with things you'll find in Australia. My name is Randy Thompson, and I'm the boomerang of this podcast because you can throw me away as many times as you want, but I'll always come back to you.
She's face palming already.
I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Oh God. Oh dear.
So who's next up in here? I think it's Chris.
Oh, that's right. I moved it around. I wanted John to be third, so that way Charlotte could directly react to him. I am Chris, aka Wildcard Corsair, and I am the kangaroo of this podcast, or else I'd like to be, because I can in fact walk backwards. And I put something else that was witty that I can't quite remember. So, ha
He'd like to be the kangaroo of this podcast, but he can hop backwards, and his son's name isn't Joey.
There you go. I like that one. That was better than the first one.
By the way, I'm Jonathan Higgins, the obnoxiously large spider of this podcast. I'm fuzzy, sticky, and creepy. I'm often misunderstood, and I scare the hell out of my girlfriend all the time.
Which leaves
And
us with...
I am Charlotte Buckingham, and I am the Charlotte Buckingham of this podcast because you can find me in Australia. Also, Jonathan, spiders, it wasn't in Australia that there was recently spiders bleeding out of the walls. That happened in the US a few weeks ago, okay? And also, the date is November 6th, and it is 2:45 p.m. Just saying.
Time zones, man. I tell you, them time zones.
She beat me to it. I feel terrible.
She did.
Well,
Hey.
for other people, it happens to be something like 9:45 p.m. So,
That's right.
Yes.
That's right, Randy. Hide your shame with a makeshift Kermit mask.
is that really the game you want to play, man? Is that the game?
Hey, dude. Lifesavers gummies protect me from your evil. Your powers do not work on me.
I am disappointed.
Longest show ever.
Okay, well, we now know what time we are and all that other fun stuff. So, thanks all of you guys for joining us, and then everybody here watching. Happy to have you. We have audience question that we always open with, or that we ended last week's show on, so of course we'll do that this time. What was it that got you into your favorite medium, be it games, anime, manga, comics, or whatever? Was it a good friend? Maybe one particular moment while watching, playing, or reading something? We want to hear your answers. So if you're here watching the show, put those in the Q&A ASAP, and we can read those. John, do we have any other audience answers at the ready?
I know of, but I'm sure the Q&A will be absolutely filled with them. So in the
Oh,
meantime, I'll hand things over to our special guest to answer them.
all right.
After all.
So by video games, I got into it via Okami because a friend told me to play it because she's like, you like wolves, play this. And what I really loved about it was characters, story. I love the art style, the music. And then there's this one moment right at the beginning of the game, because like the whole game is based around restoring nature to its full beauty. And like there's one point where you draw a circle around this dead plant and it revives, and then just like the entire area just comes back to life. It was all dead before, and then it's all like pretty, and there's animals and stuff everywhere, and yeah. So it was Okami, especially that particular moment.
That was an excellent moment. Oh, I should really play it for me.
Do you watch any anime there, Charlotte?
Not a lot. Yeah, not really. I've watched Attack on Titan. I've watched Log Horizon. Catching up on. I got to finish Kill la Kill. I watch Avatar. That counts as an anime.
I suppose, but like, do you have a story that like got you into anime, or did you just get into it?
I'm not really into anime though. I've like watched the occasional thing, but not.
Fair enough. I guess. Am I next?
I think
Oh,
I
no,
am.
you're next.
Okay. Okay. Oof. Well, you know what? First of all, since this is a serious moment, we're gonna get rid of this. Hey, buddy. And
No!
he can come back. Settle down.
No, I'm kidding. He can stay gone. Actually, I don't really care.
You can stay gone, it's fine.
I will bring the dog back, and he will be here instead of me.
No,
And then-
don't, because that ended the fucking broadcast last time. Don't.
Fine, I get it. Anyway, I'd have to say it's a tough choice between gaming and anime for my favorite medium. For gaming, it would be my Uncle Tim when I was 12. He's a big gamer. I had a Super Nintendo and stuff. I played games, whatever. I had a PlayStation, which was cool as well. He had rented Lunar Silver Star Story Complete from a local rental shop. Gave it a shot. Realized that it was an RPG and that's not his kind of thing. But
Nice.
instead of returning it, he lent it to me to try. And that's pretty much when I realized that RPGs are amazing and I need to be doing this a lot more, and kind of changed gaming to me into an actual hobby versus just something I did when I was bored. For anime, that would probably be stumbling across something called Dragon Balls.
Yeah.
In it, and the
Dragon
satellite.
Ball.
In our programming guide on Satellite, when a friend of mine was over, we're like, "What is this?" It's named Dragon Ball. So that's funny. Let's watch that. And my life was changed for fucking ever. So, and then the Fire Nation attacked, but that's another story. That's mine. John, now you're next.
You guys, I don't know if you've heard me talk about, especially given Chris
Oh, God,
and I's
yes.
recent argument. But there's this little game out there called Link's Awakening, and it's my favorite Zelda of all time, right behind Majora's Mask.
Yeah! We'll get to that later.
Yes, we will. But Link's Awakening, my favorite Zelda of all time, is actually the first Zelda that I was able to play and think about critically as a young wee lad. And I played through that game, and it was amazing, and good things happened, and it, more than the original Zelda, more than any other Zelda before or since, kind of formed my love for The Legend of Zelda, which still exists to this day in the 3 or 4 or 5 posters around my apartment wall. So there's that.
That leaves us with our very special Charlotte. Or no, not Charlotte.
No.
Chris. Charlotte already went.
She gets to go again!
Everybody forgets about Chris. Forget him.
There you go.
Everybody hates Chris. It's a show on television.
It is actually a show on television. Isn't that nice? Time zones are funny, aren't they? I hate time zones. Time zones, I think they're completely unnecessary, but that's a story for another time.
Unnecessary.
I think they're completely unnecessary. I say we move the entire world over to a 24-hour clock, and then boom, time zones are no more. Who gives a
You're just
hell?
going to make the Earth flat so that
Yeah.
everyone's got the same amount of sun at exactly the same time.
No.
You see,
You're...
everyone, so we won't have to worry
No.
about anymore.
We simply, because of course the center is in Greenwich, we completely remove all the plus and minuses. So like right here, when we're in mountain time, for instance, mountain time is -7. So instead of being -7, we would lose that, and we would just be whatever the hell time it is. And yeah, it'd be take a little getting. No. Listen. It'd take a little bit of getting used to. It will. It'll take some getting used to, because then you're going to have to think about it in terms of like, okay, cool, it's technically 2 o'clock in the morning, but it's,
So
completely sunny
depending on where
outside.
people live, they might not get any sunlight. Period. They're like, well, because I live here
No.
and there's no time
No.
zones, I guess I
No,
just
because-
work at night.
No. Instead of going to work at 8 in the morning, you would go to whatever relative time that would be. You're not sacrificing daylight.
But
You're just shifting.
Chris,
No. Because if you think about it right now,
Afternoon in
There's-
Australia with the sun shining bright.
it's
And
not
there's
going
physics.
to matter. Nothing changes. You don't understand. The only thing that changes is the number we use to relate the time. That's the only thing that changes.
But then when you go somewhere else, it'll be like, so if I then went to America, it'd be like, what?
It'd be no more different. With jet lag, it would be no different.
Chris is just
You
super
still have to
jealous that
adjust.
Charlotte gets to live in the future. That's all this is all about. Like, he wrote this.
I want to take away your advantage.
He wrote this on the outline in place retro gaming / anime awesome answer that he could have given. He just wrote time zones are funny. Like, he just wanted to one up Charlotte, and I for one
I did not.
stand for it.
I did not want to one-up Charlotte. I think if you think in terms of a global economy and a global infrastructure, you need to do away with time zones, because having to worry about what time it is in another part of the world is just one more barrier. I'm thinking in the
Because you live
future,
in
bud.
America, where everything happens in America, so you don't need to convert to time zones. Like, you need to do it now. I've been doing it since I was like, no, actually, you know what? I've been doing it since I was like 10, and I started playing Neopets, because on Neopets, when a new day rolled over, all the mini games would reset. So I always knew what time it was midnight in California, because that's when I'd go and do all the daily stuff again.
Well, see, there you go. Why would you want to? If there are no time zones, you'd know exactly what time it is, because it'd be the same time.
So, Chris, do you have any answers to this question that don't in zones?
No. I do, but the thing is, they're not good stories. So I decided to talk about time zones. Hold on. What do you want?
I can take it to my room. Shut up. Sit down.
All right. I'm sorry, my brother decided to take this one opportunity to get on my case, where it's usually the other way around. No, I'm serious. I don't have any good stories. Like, anytime I got into anything, games, anime, magic cards, they're not good stories. So.
Fair enough. Well, we do have some stories from our live viewers Q&A. We've got Raymond, who came in saying, I got into video games playing them with my dad during the NES era, and much to his dismay, I got much better than him, and that's about when he stopped playing.
That describes most familial video game relationships, I think.
I know that when I was younger, I wanted to play Super Mario Brothers with my dad, and I said, Dad, will you play Mario with me? And he says, when you rack up 100 extra lives, I will play with you. I did. I sat there and I racked them up. I was like 6. I'm like, all right, Dad, game on. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I did it. I have 100 lives. Yeah.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Before we
wasn't-
get into our audience answers, just real quick, my dad, the overgrown, like 55-year-old frat guy, this is like 15 years ago in '98.
So does that mean he's 70 now? If he was 55 then?
No, he was like 40 then. But
Oh, okay.
he was trying to get into the young hip things that us kids get into. And I just walk into the room where the Nintendo 64 is not currently, but was currently located. And he's in there playing fucking the original Super Smash Brothers, and he's fighting against the Yoshi team, and he's like, John, I'm winning against Oshi! I was like, oh my god. But that's okay. I always give him credit for trying. He still knows the theme to Super Mario Brothers, the athletic theme that plays in World 1-2, I want to say. The iconic theme that, yeah, that. He knows it by heart because of how long and how often I played that level when I was a toddler in Super Mario Brothers 3. So, like, that's his ringtone on my phone. True story.
Nice. Hits us up saying, my dad indirectly got me into video games by bringing home a PC clone, an AT clone, I think. It ran DOS and had Alley Cat, Elf, and the Spectrum Holobyte version of Tetris on it. Dad wasn't really into games. Tip, never delete command.com. Something tells me there's another good story there. Did he really leave out the Y in Yoshi? Deco asks.
Yes, he did. I promise you, on my life.
55-year-old frat guy, I feel sorry for you.
Aww.
It's more interesting than you'd think, because another memory of my father, he's around, it's my 18th birthday party, 17th, something, and Holly, my brand new, newly acquired girlfriend 9 years ago, is on my right, and...
Holy cow,
7
9
of my-
years.
Yes, 9 years. And 7 of my friends are sitting all around the table. And he comes in to 18-year-old John's birthday party and proceeds to say, what women used to need men for, now they have batteries.
All right. That's pretty sweet.
That's totally appropriate.
I'm just like, okay, Dad, way to make everyone at the table just burst out laughing. Just
Did
like
he,
you
like-
know they did.
Produce a sleeve of D batteries and look at her and be like, have fun, and then just leave? Because that's the only way it could have gotten weirder.
Yes!
Whoa. I'm no expert, but I'm pretty sure they don't take D's. I'm pretty sure.
Ah!
Depending on the heavy dutiness, Chris.
All
What
those
is this, the
keywords-
size of like a cop flashlight? What are we talking about here?
Use your imagination. Okay? We're on the internet. We need to be appropriate. We don't just be 18 plus again.
Me.
So we're going to move on from D cells and move on to what we've been doing.
Double D cells. No, I'm just kidding. That was
Oh
terrible.
my God.
Whatever.
Oh my god.
I wanted to make it worse, and I succeeded. I wanted to make it worse, and I succeeded. So
We waited
Alright,
for
moving
you,
on.
and this is what we got. So hey,
Charlotte.
Charlotte, let us know, what have you been up to?
I have been playing this awesome game. I beat the final boss this morning. It's called Exam Studies. Yes!
Oh, right. Nice.
I've also been replaying Okami in HD, which I've never played in HD before. It's fucking amazing. I've also been replaying Chrono Trigger, and over the weekend I acquired Monster Hunter 4G, which is the Japanese version of the Monster Hunter game coming out earlier next year. And that has been a lot of fun. And after the podcast, I'm probably going to boot it up and play it, beat the shit out of more stuff. It's going to be awesome.
Oh, nice.
For those of you who are unfamiliar, Charlotte is to Monster Hunter as Jonathan is to Pokemon.
I admin a Monster Hunter fan page, which has like 18,000 followers or something, and every week I do Monster Hunter series. I'll talk about Monster Hunter later, but yeah, that's what I've been doing at the moment. Looking forward to my 4-month break where I'll be playing all of the video games.
Oh, the video
nice.
game.
All of them.
Oh, I want to play all the games.
So I guess next comes Chris.
Yes. God, it was a pretty boring week for me, actually. I've been playing more Fantasy Life,
Yeah,
and I've been playing more Bayonetta and Bayonetta 2. Yeah, no, that was super fun. Actually, we got to do it again. I got to level 17 today. I'm actually already halfway to 18, so I've closed a little bit. I got a couple more levels
Nice.
on my own. You didn't do that for me, so getting better. I just finished doing one of the missions that you do in Porto. I don't know.
think it's like It's like a play on Puerto Rico. I know that much.
Yeah, Puerto or something. I don't know. Either way, it was. Come on, I gotta live there, dude. I gotta live there with all the pirate awesomeness and.
Chris is Pirate Man, and there's an entire land in Fantasy Life.
There's an entire
piratedom.
Pirates rule. Like they actually are the governors of this port. It's like it's my calling. I can't wait to move out of my house.
Knew that he would dig that hardcore when he.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Like, and just to hint you guys more is to the kind of puns that you'll be introduced to in Fantasy Life. There's this guy whose last name is Pescado. He's like the governing ruler of this Puerto Rico pun town. And like one of the characters is talking about Pescado, and he's like, he's the big fish around these parts.
John, I have to tell you, it's pescado. You don't really do the D as a soft D, it's pescado.
Okay, Mr. Spanish man.
Hey, I'm sorry. It is like me saying Junathan or something. I don't know. How would you like that?
I don't know how often I've been called Joe Nathan, but that's okay.
Well, there you go. I'm sure Mr. Pescado. What was that?
What?
I missed you, Charlotte. What did you just say?
Horseface Higgins, even.
Yeah. Yes.
No, y'all don't understand.
I like that. No, I like that. We're gonna go with that from now on.
Make it a thing, Chris.
That's okay. That's okay.
That's now when we introduce you. Charlotte,
right on.
You're on this. You're on this show every week now because you get to say it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Really? Well, is that it, Chris?
Yeah, for me, yeah. That's like I told you, it's been a boring week, man.
Oh. Well, I'm going to move things around in my list because it's timely. So one of the things that I've been playing today has been, well, they announced that there's a demo for Sonic and the Shattered Crystal out for the 3DS on the eShop right now. So I ran to get my 3DS and grab it. Oh, look, I opened it up and I still had the Smash demo running because that's how often I use my 3DS. So I tried to go into the eShop, and I need a system update. So for the past 3 hours, I've been playing Nintendo 3DS system update, and it's been riveting. It just refuses to download anything. My battery is now red, and it will die soon. So thanks. That's cool.
I think we're going to watch Randy's 3DS brick itself live on the air if we stick around.
It's true, and it'll be really cool. Because they don't have a proper account system. So.
Well, you know the funny thing is, you didn't even miss that many updates. You just missed really what is just one big one, which is the one that implements themes and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. Which blows, but I suppose.
It's gonna be okay there, Randy. Now you just know to buy the Wii U version of the game instead.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know about that personally, but okay.
Right. I've heard the Wii U version ain't so hot in comparison, but you know, we'll see how that goes when the actual game drops this month. So otherwise, I've also been playing Bayonetta 1 and 2. So that's been a good time. I beat 1 this past weekend, so that was good. So now I've beaten.
He's trying to show us over there.
Yeah, I actually I tethered my 3DS to my phone's Wi-Fi, and I downloaded it in the car on the way home.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice
Smart.
play coins you got there, Chris.
83. Not many.
I caught that. I have like 10, I think.
I would love to tell you
What,
how
what do you?
but I can't.
What
other
else
than-
have you been doing, Randy?
What else have I been doing? What else do I do, Jonathan, other than play Final Fantasy 13? So
And Bayonetta. So
I said that. I said that. So I did those two, and the other thing is there was a recent convention here in town called Metacon, which is also goes by the name Animiniapolis, and what else the fuck did they have on here? AnimeCon.org, Anime Midwest. It's like 8 cons in one thing. I'm just like, okay, that's fine.
Wow. Talk about an identity crisis.
Right, yeah. So I can talk about that later, but that's basically what I've been up to. John, your go.
Hey guys.
Hey, what's up?
Wow, what's up with that sexy voice, John?
Fantasy Life?
I know, right?
I finished Fantasy Life, and I reviewed it, and that review is live on Game Podunk as we speak, so you guys should go check that out. Because I did put, like, easily 25, 26 hours into the game, and growing. Long story short, not Bayonetta, unfortunately, but Fantasy Life grew on me. I am in love with that script. It is good times. It is a game that the great number of people who are on the fence about it should look into getting at some point. Maybe now is not the ideal time to get that game, but definitely get it. Definitely don't sleep on it, let it go away. If you're interested in Fantasy Life, pick it up at some point because you will find something there that you like. Beyond that, there has been a lot more Pokemon going on in my life because the Pokemon Symphony announced another date for something, somewhere, and I was like, where are all the rest of the dates? So I tweeted at Pokemon Symphony, I'm like, Pokemon Feels, hey Pokemon Symphony, you coming to Florida? And they actually said, yes, we're looking at several cities in Florida. And then, friend of the show, Christina Walker, said that she was looking for them to head to Boston, and they're like, oh, we love whichever the Boston Civic Center place is. So, they've been very slowly but surely, more or less confirming that they're thinking about showing up in several different places. So hopefully they're on the verge of announcing some sort of a, at least tour that covers North America, if not bounces across the world to Europe. Because I definitely want more of that. And of course, there's Pokemon games coming on the Virtual Console soon, and the brand new Pikachu that was announced at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade that's going to show up there. So yay, Pokemon. It's still a thing that's happening in my life, by the way.
I didn't know about that at all, John.
Right.
I didn't either. So it's a surprise to me every single time. I've also been
It's a secret to everybody.
making my way through Shantae, which that game is really, really hard. But that's okay because I have save states. But the game that Charlotte and many other people are most interested in hearing me talk about is a little game that we've alluded to many times on this Backwards Compatible podcast, but not really talked about outside of Randy, who's been playing it a lot. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I got my Vita back, and I played a little bit of Xenogears. A little bit. Little tiny bit. Little tiny bit.
How much? How much?
I'm not telling you how much. You're just going to have to wait.
No.
15 minutes.
You're a prick.
I know.
To be fair, I kind of made the outline that way, so I'm the prick. I'm sorry. We'll talk more about his wonderful
Okay, Randy,
interview.
you're not the prick. It's just Jonathan.
Oh, thank you. See, she is on my side. This is great, Jonathan. You're screwed. You're screwed.
I know.
You get immunity because you've actually played it, I'm sure.
I'm going to be in the same room as Charlotte at some point, and I'm going to get this level of shit live in person, and it's going to be great.
Perfect.
It's going to be non-stop for 9 days. It's going to be great.
Ay, ay, ay. Well, then let's move on.
We're
What?
ready to talk about news?
Yep.
We're ready to talk about news?
Let's move into news stuff. So, was there anything big that happened today? I feel like there's some big event that happened.
Certainly nothing that John could talk about.
No. Mm-mm. It's like a platform I don't even think he uses. Like, their
Sid,
old
Fly
company.
me to the moon.
So
Play Among the Stars?
there was a Nintendo Direct this afternoon, /evening, /morning, /wherever the fuck you are. Charlotte, what time was it on where you are? Because you live in a magical land far away.
It was 9 o'clock in the morning, and my exam started at 9:30. So I'm like sitting in front of the exam theater, like madly refreshing Silicon Era and Cheese Mike's Twitter feed, like trying to find out what happened.
Oh, man.
You found
I,
out pretty quick. Because
Yep.
that Majora's Mask 3D reveal happened first.
Immediately, given I didn't really care about that, I was just waiting for them.
Oh, breaks my heart. Oh my God! Don't you get all hot to trot, Mister? Okay, because you need to go eat something very phallic.
Whoa!
I'm on board for this train.
Chris,
Let's,
are you saying that like that's not a fun thing to do?
Right, yeah, come on. Man. What are you getting at here?
I just remember. No. I have won. I don't need to be outnumbered or not outnumbered because I seem to remember a deal between you and I that if Majora's Mask 3D was announced, you would play it.
I know.
Ooh.
So
I
guess
can play
what's
it, yeah.
happening?
I know. And the second Chris tweeted this tweet, suck it, John! Suck it in your baked on Majora's Mask eating mouth!
Direct quote. I did say that.
No, it's true. Because, like,
Oh, yeah.
I hadn't seen the Direct at all, and I had no idea of any prior knowledge of this whatsoever. And all of a sudden, I get a text message. Chris, on my teeny tiny ass phone. This phone screen is not big enough to read his big long string of suckets. So I had no idea what he was saying suck it about. But I saw he was vaguely someone somewhere to me was saying suck it, Jonathan, suck it, and I'm like, why?
To be
That's
fair,
when I found out that Majora's Mask 3D had been announced. It was the one thing about the Direct that was already spoiled for me, but that's okay.
well, I appreciate, Chris, your I don't even know how to word it, but your requesting of Jonathan to suck it, because I had stepped away from my desk at work whilst the Nintendo Direct had started, and I came back and I had totally forgotten that it was going to start, and I see in the group chat that we have going on, just suck it, Jonathan. What is happening? So of course I just jumped to Twitter. I'm like, oh, that's what that is. Okay, gotcha. I'm now on
You should have known immediately, technically. I mean, there's not very many things that would have had that reaction, so... You should have just known. It should have just been apparent immediately.
I know I'm on board. I will finally have something to do with this thing, and that will be to play Majora's Mask.
I will be playing it because the last time I played it, I think I was 8, and I got really frustrated at the time mechanic and gave up.
Oh, I can understand that.
Aww.
It sounds about right, because Charlotte is sane and gets frustrated at the time mechanic and gives up. Just like me. And just like so
Yet-
many other people who are like,
Yet,
okay.
John Sane.
yet you will play 1001 Spikes and Cave Story and
Yes.
Hero
Yeah.
Blaster
You know
and
what all those games have that, or you know what Majora's Mask has that all those games don't? You know what Pandora's Tower has that Majora's Mask also has? A fucking time mechanic.
Hey,
Fuck you, time
I
mechanic.
think we can all agree that time mechanics make the best games. Majora's Mask, Lightning Returns.
I knew you were gonna go there. I knew it.
all you have to do is play a song. That's all you have to do. You just pull out your sissy little ocarina thing and go do 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 do, and then you're done. You go back in time. It's not hard, man.
All you have to do in Pandora's Tower is go back and give Elena a giant heart to chew on, and it'll reset the timer. Not that hard, John.
Come on, John. Come on.
Come on, man. Play this
Okay,
game.
it's gang up on John Hour. That's okay. That's okay.
You knew this was gonna happen.
I
Exactly.
knew exactly this is gonna happen, but that's why we're gonna talk about Mario DLC or Mario Kart 8 DLC.
No. Whoa. Oh, wait. Is that next? Okay, no, that's next. That's cool. All right.
That's certainly next. You show-stealing bastard. Yeah. Yeah. So
I
Mario
regret
Kart 8
nothing.
DLC. Mute City is definitely a thing with its remixed F-Zero track that's not done by Kinji Ito, so I don't give a fuck about it.
Dude, it sounded amazing. What are you
That's
talking about? That was so good.
But more important, Link is in that motherfucking game. And I still don't own that game, and I'm going to at some point. Like, that's the one game where I'm waiting on one of those, like, buy one, get one free first-party Nintendo sales. Because that's going to be when I buy Mario Kart 8. I've already bought the DLC. It's already happened. Like, I've already bought the DLC for the game I don't own. So it's just a matter of me buying the game. But as we all know, I'm quite financially strained as of late. So no Mario Kart in my immediate future unless somebody just plops it on my doorstep. So there's that. But I know you guys must be excited about Mario Kart 8 DLC, Chris?
Yeah, I'm super excited. I was going to pre-order it at some point, but I went ahead and I actually pre-ordered it last night, which is cool because that made the Direct today even more special because I'm like, oh, I'm definitely getting that. I already paid for it. So, and I'm sorry, John, but I think that Mute City remix is great. I was listening to it, and I'm like,
saying that it's not great. I'm just saying I don't care about it because it's not done by Kenji Ito, which is the person who made the Mute City remix track on Smash Brothers, who is the same person who did the music for Devil Survivor Overclocked and all the other awesome Atlas games that you love. So there's that.
I wasn't really wild about the music.
I'm with Chris on this one. It sounded good.
Oh yes, it definitely sounded good. No one's disagreeing here. But Charlotte, do you own Mario Kart 8?
I do, actually. My friends bought it for me so I could take advantage of the free download deal.
Ah, good call.
Yes.
You know, since Charlotte owns it and Chris owns it, I might own it sooner rather than later.
You should.
I hope so.
It could happen. Randy, what about you? Are you super excited?
For Mario Kart 8 DLC? Heck yes. They are doing DLC right. I mean, a number of dollars for a bunch of new characters and tracks and vehicles.
It basically like doubles the length of the game, if I'm not mistaken. Like
I don't-
fucking 2 whole
No.
maps.
I wouldn't
Well,
say a
no.
couple of tracks unless Mario Kart 8 only has like 3 tracks in itself.
Okay. Mario Kart
Don't they add
has...
2 cups?
Well, it adds... Yes. 8.
Right.
Each one adds 8. But see, the thing is that's a quarter of the existing game.
Fair enough. It's not half. It doesn't.
So
double
if
it,
you...
but
So
it quarters it.
both DLC packs will add another 50%. But they said that this is not the end for DLC for Mario Kart. They were saying that there's going to be more. So...
You know what I want? Pokemon in my Mario Kart. Surprising. No
No,
one.
it could happen. I mean, that's what they were saying. They're like, you know,
It probably
we have
will
plans
happen. I
to
want it to
continue
become
to add characters. Is
Smash
what they
Brothers
said.
Land. Dude.
They're slowly turning Mario Kart into Nintendo Kart, and I could not be happier.
Yeah,
I agree.
seriously.
But speaking of things I'm very happy about, Kirby and the Rainbow Curse is what's coming to us in February 2015. I originally thought it was going to be Xenoblade Chronicles X, but after seeing their little, it's targeted for 2015, and Japan gets it in the fucking spring. Like, we're not seeing that game until my birthday next year.
Oh
But
well.
hey,
I'll
I'm
wait
still
for
excited. No, so will I, because that game looks fucking incredible. We'll talk about Xenoblade in half a second, but for now, did any of you guys play Kirby's Canvas Curse back in the day? Anyone?
Negative.
I'm the only one here. God, that game was so fucking good, and it was the hands down best use of the DS's features with stylus and mic and stuff. It did everything. It took everything the DS could do, and it implemented it the best it possibly could. Like, I'm super excited to see that return to form in that way, because it will make use of the gamepad and drawing on the gamepad, and multiplayer where people can fucking you fucking saw that direct, where people can fucking control and joystick land while the gamepad person is drawing around. It's gonna be fucking awesome. I loved Canvas Curse back in the day, and I'm gonna love Kirby and the Rainbow Curse when it comes to us very fucking soon. It's gonna probably come while I'm in Australia, so I'm not gonna get to play it until I get home. But that's okay.
Now,
I'll play it when I get home.
a curse by the name of Rainbow Curse really doesn't sound that horrible of a fate.
Sounds like an awesome curse.
I think I rock that curse daily. I mean, I'm just rainbowing it up, bitches.
Nice.
Now wake it up.
So,
Fine.
yeah, otherwise, cool other news. Sonic Boom 3DS Shattered Crystal demo is out. Playing it. Not this guy.
Poor Ed.
It's flashing now. It's flashing, and it will soon be dead.
So plug it in. What's your deal?
Randy, run.
He doesn't
Just go.
want
We'll
to
wait.
plug it in. He
We'll
wants.
wait.
He wants
No.
to kill it. Like, he wants
wait.
to kill it so that the update screen will stop.
True.
It's trash.
That no, because you know what happens if
grab
you're
your
up.
charge and have it.
No.
You're gonna brick it, dude.
Yeah,
You're gonna brick it.
Probably, but that's okay. All the more
Dude,
reason.
you don't understand.
Yes.
This is like you know how when you see somebody abusing a child and then you're just like you just can't stand by and let that happen. I swear to God, Randy, you cannot harm that 3DS.
I'm gonna keep it here on my shoulder, and as we go through the show, you can see when it dies.
I'm gonna hang up, dude. I'm gonna hang up this call. I'm not gonna be
Do
party
you
to
want me to
this
draw
madness.
a Kermit face on it? Do you want to draw a Kermit face on it? Will that
I
make
want you to
feel
draw.
better?
I want you to draw a prison outfit around you because that's exactly what's gonna happen. I'm gonna call like SWAT
Can I
team
turn
or
the
something on
brightness
you.
up on this while it's doing this? So I can maybe the sound. There we go.
Randy.
Yeah,
Have I told you lately that I love you? Have I told you that lately?
David.
Randy, have I told you lately that I want you to just stop doing what you're doing? All of it. Just stop everything.
All of this.
All of it. I am
Okay.
pointing
This-
to all of you.
Randy Thompson is the screen of a 3DS that works.
Oh, that's really cool. I've always wondered what that's like.
I know. It's got pretty Fire Emblem graphics on it and shit. It's awesome. I like it a lot.
So, other news other than me being die. John, you're pretty excited about something.
You wait, no. Before we move on, Randy, you forgot the best part.
What's the best part?
So that's part.
They're going to add a Sonic Boom puzzle to
They
the
already
Street
have.
Pass.
They already
Well, I didn't get it.
Well, I
I
have.
don't have it, Jonathan. Shut up.
Dude, I'll fucking pull it up on my working 3DS right now and you can fucking see.
Dude, I just went in. I got the spot pass. You know what the puzzle piece I got was? Hold on, I will show you. It was not Sonic Boom
I may have misread then.
because I
I'm
got
gonna
one.
use my 3DS in case I have the new panel.
There you go. Everybody check for your new panels. I can't.
Damn it, Randy, go plug in your 3DS, please.
Nope.
Please, God.
Nope.
Please. Please just do it.
Not happening.
Ah,
I love you, Randy.
John,
I love
I'm
you
gonna
so much.
infect your PC with a virus.
Hey, Chris. Have
Hi.
you guys gotten the Fantasy Life panel yet?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So what puzzle piece did you get, if not Sonic Boom?
I will show you. Give me 1 second.
Well, I mean, I'm about to boot my shit up too and go look at it. I could have sworn that it was Sonic Boom.
Okay,
Thank
this
you for
is
joining us live on the show while we look at puzzle pieces.
this is what I got.
radio right now. Oh, it's the fucking Pikmin short movies thing. Damn it,
Yeah.
Miyamoto! Damn it, Miyamoto!
So that is the one that I got right there. You see, and then if I move it, what is it over here? There's Fantasy Life. There's the Kirby one. So
Yeah.
the only new piece I got was for Pikmin.
I
So-
totally thought that was Sonic Boom. I totally thought it was. Anyway, Duck Hunt. The Duck Hunt dog, my favorite Smash Brothers character that I absolutely wiped the floor with Chris with. Glance.
It was even, all right. Let's
No,
not
I know what you're saying.
exaggerate it.
I'm just fucking around, but like the most epic Smash battle between Chris and I was me as Duck Hunt dog and him as Robin, I think, in the living room, and shit went down. But
I think it was Wii Fit Trainer actually.
there was
Oh no, I was Robin.
an
Yeah.
official character reveal trailer for Duck Hunt Dog, and it was everything I wanted it to be. And right after that, it said also, and then like little birdies flew by, and I'm like, oh my god, are they announcing a brand new fucking Duck Hunt game? Because that would really make me get out of my fucking chair. But in a slightly less get out of my chair moment, the original Duck Hunt is finally coming to the Virtual Console on Wii U, and I totally will grab my Wiimote and pretend it's a zapper and shoot ducks while Holly's not looking.
Okay, John. I have a serious question for you, and I understand that you are like super awesome with the Duck Hunt dog, and it's like your main right now in Smash Brothers. But if Duck Hunt was not, I'm sorry, I'm outside. It's actually cold right now. I gotta put on a jacket. If Duck Hunt was not in Smash Brothers and he was not such an awesome character, do you think there would have been any chance they would have put in the work necessary to port that game? Because they obviously have to change it around.
Right. And
You know-
I would say, hell no. They would not put the work necessary in, because they haven't until he was a character in Smash Brothers. And I assume they were maybe working on all this shit behind the scenes for a really, really long time, at least since the inception of Smash Brothers 3DS and Wii U, when Sakurai was like, hey, what retro character can I bring back from the dead like I did with Pit? And that was Duck Hunt Dog. And I don't just want the original game. I want a brand new Duck Hunt platformer thing that plays like Banjo-Kazooie. I totally want that to fucking happen right now, and it would make me very, very happy. But until then, I can play the original Duck Hunt. Which, sure, was that confirmed for Europe and Japan and all that?
What?
The original Duck Hunt
What?
on Virtual Console?
I don't know.
Was that confirmed for y'all?
I have no idea. I just got Spot Pass. It's probably the new panel. Anyway, also off topic. I totally forgot because I Street Pass with my stepbrother for the first time in ages, and his me looks like its face looks like a butt, and the name is Butt Stallion. He's 15, by the way.
Charlotte brings the butt to this podcast.
Nice.
Charlotte gets the
Or like-
butt of the joke. Which, turning attention to our lovely audience who is still sending us things, Mr. Raymond Dwyer says that Canvas Curse was probably his favorite DS game ever, and I am totes with you, sir. Totes. But anyway, Duck Hunt news aside, I think there were a few other nuggets.
There certainly
Well, there's plenty. Oh my god. Let's go in order though. Let's go in order.
Yeah, for sure. So, Chris, you love Skylanders, you love Disney Infinity, so I assume that you are all on board for Amiibo.
Unfortunately, yes.
Unfortunate for you. Oh, hey, look, it's dead. The screen turned off. There we go. All the lights are now off. Huzzah!
Hey, Randy.
No.
Why don't you plug your DS in and like plug it in and see if it's bricked? We can watch live.
Sure. You guys
Live.
talk about Amiibo. I will be right
Sure.
back as the charger is in my bedroom.
I am totally on board for Amiibos, like Sir Chris, and Like with
I
this
don't wanna look at
whole
him.
Kirby's Rainbow Curse amiibo thing and all the Hyrule Warriors amiibos compatibility, like they're actually making this into what I thought they would, and us owning all the amiibo to get us all the things. But I'm only gonna own a handful of those little motherfuckers because I'm not gonna be that guy that collects all the goddamn figurines and $200 or $300 later I'm like, where did all my money go? No, it's
John,
it's just
John.
gonna be one or two.
John, if they made a Yoshi in every different color, you would buy every Yoshi amiibo in every color. You would do it.
Chris.
Let's not mess around.
I have a Yoshi in every single color. I do. There's a black Yoshi. There's a pink Yoshi. There's a yellow Yoshi. And even behind them, there's a blue Yoshi and a red Yoshi and a green Yoshi. I already have all the Yoshi colors I could ever want in cute plush form. No. This little plush Yoshi is not a figurine that, like, when I conk it against my head, it makes a conking sound and it hurts me. This is a plush nose. I will own all the plushies ever, but a figurine? Fuck that shit. The figurine has to do stuff, maybe. Like, maybe I'll own more than one Pokemon figurine in my life because of God knows what the fuck they're gonna do with Pokemon amiibos when that time comes and they integrate that shit into the games. God help me. God help us all. But
They
like,
already
as
have
far as
that.
owning a crap ton of Yoshi amiibos and other amiibos in general, not so much. I will own the Link amiibo because I don't own a single Zelda figurine ever. So it's time for a Link one. I'm gonna own one Yoshi amiibo because Holly will like it a lot. And I will maybe invest in a Marth or a Shulk down the line because I don't own anything Fire Emblem or Xenoblade besides the art book. So yeah, there's that. There's my amiibo talk. And it appears Randy still hasn't gotten his charger back. So Charlotte, are you excited about amiibos? Will you be buying 10,000 of them?
Not really. I reckon I might get Shulk, Ike, maybe Link because of the way it works with Hyrule Warriors. But like, I really like Shulk. When I was in year 10, actually, I was 16. I nearly bought a cardboard cutout of Ike. That was used in a store display. The only thing that stopped me was because I didn't know how to use eBay. Yeah,
See,
so I would probably get the Ike figurine.
when
Also,
it comes to Charlotte,
when you were talking about puzzle pieces before, I'd like mention it. I don't think you heard me, but I've had like 251, by the way.
play coins.
Oh, nice. Nice. You obviously don't use them for much.
I only use them when a new puzzle panel comes out. So like at the moment, I've been whittled down to 197. Still counting to get all of the Pikmin pieces because I just got that panel. So I'm just sitting here pressing A and collecting all the pieces.
Nice.
Oh, hey, I'm done. 193 coins left.
There is an unhealthy obsession that Charlotte has with Ike. It's unhealthy, y'all. It's unhealthy.
How unhealthy?
Okay.
Very unhealthy.
She even admits it. That's okay with me.
Yep.
I would say straight from the horse's mouth, but it wasn't coming out of John's.
God damn it.
Love it. All right, let's see. No, I'm totally down for Amiibo. I'm only planning to get one at launch. I want to get Wii Fit Trainer, which probably will not work with any other game. But I will be getting Wii Fit Trainer. It looks like I'll definitely be getting Link. Basically all the characters that I play as in Smash Brothers. But the thing is, now that I'm seeing, I think I'm going to wait to see how other games interact with them, which maybe will sort of like, maybe I'll pick up more down the line. It really depends on the functionality.
I'm going to have
So
to
I'm
agree with
not sure if I'll get all of them yet. You know, there's, I mean, like, I don't really, like Little Mac, I don't really need Little Mac. I'm not a huge Punch-Out guy, so.
But hey, Charlotte, you can talk for a while on that. There's something of your interest in the Nintendo Direct that happened.
Oh yeah, they finally confirmed that we'll be getting the Mario and Luigi feline armor, which we all knew was going to happen, but they didn't actually confirm it until today. Finally. That adds to the list of many, many, many different crossovers in that game. Which is going to be great.
Which I guess we can go straight from crossovers finally confirmed to the West to region locking, which I forget his exact quote.
Nope.
What?
Nope.
What?
Nope. You skipped the most awesome thing. Nope.
What did I skip now? God damn it.
Splatoon! Are you mad? Are you mental, man?
Dude, we played that game at E3. It's been talked to death. What's
No.
new? What's
So
new?
many
They
new
talked
stages.
about the single-player mode, which is completely new to be announced. They actually revealed, and I actually have a picture on my phone so I can pull it up real quick. But the single-player mode is going to be squids versus octopi. It's going to be so awesome. And you've got these little, very strange-looking octopus creatures that look like they're, I don't know, they're pretty gross, actually. But they wear these little mech suits. They wear these little mech suits, and then they walk around, and I guess as the squids, it's your job to take them out. But it was showing them in various shapes and sizes. Like there are some that look very obviously like boss octopus monsters. And the squids actually have to use the paint to try and, I guess, paint different sides of them to try to jump up to certain places. I don't know. It looked pretty crazy, but definitely boss fights. They were definitely showcasing that. They were showcasing a lot of these little creatures walking around in different styles that you're going to have to take out as you're playing the single-player mode. The music that they played during the trailer, they had a lot of other art, like promotional art, production art kind of deal. I don't know what you would call it. Randy, you're the marketing guy. I don't know what that's called.
What is what called?
Like,
Art and whatnot.
kind of like they were... Did you watch the Direct? Did you watch it at all?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, the sort of stuff that they were playing in between gameplay. It had, like, cutaways to these scenes. It had, like... Looked very
Concept art.
artistic. Well, not like concept art. It was definitely produced. It was definitely not concept. But it was, I don't know how you would call it, just splash art or key art. I don't know.
Key art,
anyway.
I don't remember seeing any of it, so it's just...
Magical mystery term. I can also mention Codename's theme, which we
Yes!
glossed over with Abraham Lincoln showing his lovely face there. And
Hey, and Tom Sawyer.
yes, other stuff. But I don't know. I glossed over like half that Direct, I guess. I don't know.
Anyways, for me, Splatoon, I don't know, it represents, like, every time I see more of it, I just love the world that it's in. I just love the atmosphere. I love the use of color. I love how they're making it look like this strange part Mirror's Edge, part Jet Set Radio, part Animal Crossing. And it's got all of these different elements that they tie into it. The music was fantastic. I mean, everything about that game, appeals to me as just being a very creative title, both creative.
I mean, I'll definitely pick it up day one, but I can't say I'm necessarily like frothing at the mouth for it. Like Chris.
You saw the GIF. You saw the GIF that I put in the chat. You saw it.
Mhm.
It was He-Man splooging all over the place. I will find a way. I will find a way to show you this. But in the meantime, I did at least want to mention that Splatoon will be having a single-player mode, and it looks fantastic. It looks so amazing, and they're saying that it's coming out. What do they say? Summer?
Second quarter 2015.
Yeah. Okay.
Behind Yoshi Yarn, Kirby, and all the other stuff that Yes. All of my yes to that picture right there. Which, to go on to our next little topic outside of the Direct, Iwata mentioned a future. Nintendo needs to consider a future without region locking. Like, yeah.
Yes.
Do it.
Yes, you do. Because I would import Xenoblade Chronicles X twice. I would. That'd be a game I'd buy twice. Fuck.
Just play Monster. Let's import Monster Hunter and then learn all the monsters and then play it again in English. That'll be fine.
See, Charlotte knows what I'm talking about. Charlotte and I are good. We have Japanese 3DSs. We can talk about this importing experience together. It's the thing, because Xenoblade Chronicles X comes out in the fucking spring in Japan, and it's still targeted for 2015 here, which means they're going to get it in the spring, and we're going to get it in goddamn December. That's okay, because I can wait for greatness. I can wait.
As long as it's not December and not November, so I can't play it if it comes out in November, because it's exam period. That would be annoying.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Hopefully it comes sooner than that. But does anyone not want them to consider a future without region locking?
I want to say yes just to troll you so hard. I just want to say yes to mess with you. No, of course not, dude. There's not a person alive that would be like, no, keep all the regions separate. Keep my 3DS from playing software that I will never see.
That may be what
because I'll
Chris
never
was
import
trying to
it.
talk about with his fucking time zone shit earlier?
Yes, yes. Unify the world. I have a vision. I need to rule the world. I'm gonna just whatever.
Randy,
I'll make this happen.
Yeah.
You and I, had a brief chat this morning. What was our chat about?
Well, our chat was about a special little announcement courtesy of Square Enix. This is the one you're talking about, right? Where we're getting a collector's edition, more than just a fucking pin for Kingdom Hearts HD 2.5 Remix. And they announced it a month before release. Oh, and by the way, it's $100, and oh, by the way, you'd have to buy Kingdom Hearts 1.5 again, because it comes with it. Like, this is great for people that didn't have the first one, and I
Exactly.
just want something special. But
Wow.
sucks-
And it's really great for those that want to put up with fucking Digital River, god damn it.
yeah, because of course
Actually-
it's Square Enix exclusive. What?
Actually, it's not Digital River this time.
Huh?
They're
It's not.
going through Digital
It's-
River for their store anymore?
No, it does, but this does not go specifically through the Square Enix store. It goes through like SquareEnix.com/Kingdom Hearts 2.5 or something like that. It's a
Right.
specific address, and it has its own like store applet kind of deal, and it uses something called I swear to God, it uses something called it's something with a P. I don't know, but people were like. They were looking at it, they actually were like, is it Digital River? It was not, and then they saw this, and they're like, well, it's not Digital River, but it's also something I've never heard of. So I'm not saying I'm not saying it's all better, I'm just saying they may have traded in, what is it,
Listen,
the devil you
I don't
know
give
is
a
better than the
fuck
one you don't?
about this collector's edition because I don't want a little silly, happy, heartless plush because I already have
I
enough
do.
Yoshis. I don't want anything besides that motherfucking art book because the first game came with an art book that I didn't get and I'm like, where the fuck is my art book for the second game? And of course it's in a $99 collector's edition that comes with the first game. Fuck
I'm
you.
not impressed. Like, John, to be completely honest with you, you'll be able to buy, like, what is it, the Ultimania or whatever. It's going to be way better. The art book is a 30-page art book. It's bare bones, dude. It's so
Yeah.
small.
You're not going
It's
to be
not.
getting
It's not enticing. Yeah,
Fair enough.
you're better off buying a
I'm just
standalone.
like-
But
Charlotte's never played Kingdom Hearts.
I was actually going to say I'm just sitting here laughing because $99 games is not normal for you guys.
Well,
No,
see,
it's not.
the thing is, it's actually not that bad of a value. You're getting four games and 2 movies. for
Right.
$100. That's a great value. But it sucks.
Well,
Yeah, but $100 here is one game.
Well, true. I suppose that's even worse.
Good old
Well-
Charlotte, good old Australia.
the thing that you have to
I just
consider
want
is
you to
that
think- Just think
What?
about just for a minute. I'll ask you again later, but just think about how much you think the PS3 cost when it released here, and I'll ask you again later, and I'll tell you the answer.
Oh God.
Okay.
all right.
God. I'm afraid.
Yeah, no kidding. Wow. The thing about the collector's edition that makes me bummed out is that it comes with both games, and they factor that into the cost. So it comes with Kingdom Hearts 2.5, but it also comes with Kingdom Hearts 1.5. I already own 1.5,
Right.
so there's no way to say, like, if I could pay $20 to $40 less for this and get it just with 2.5 and then put my 1.5 disc in there, I'd be happy. But you
I'd be
can't
all
do
over
that.
it. Yeah, me too.
And that is why it's stupid. Because they sold us the first game a year or 2 years ago, year and a half, whatever, and then now they're trying to sell us both games, one of them a second time, for money that I'm like, I would rather just save that money because I already bought 1.5.
Yeah, you're right.
It's just silly. If you guys already have the game, why would you do that? Why would you not offer an option with just 2.5 on its own?
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's so true.
And then make it, like I said, I mean, even if they take $20 off the cost, that'd still be considerable.
Yeah, exactly. I'd be on board if that was something available, but, whatever. I'm just not even... I didn't bite for the Lightning Returns Collector's Edition. Am I really going to go for this? Especially since you can get that Heartless plush elsewhere by itself. The art book is bare bones. Most thing that I would want would be that Steelbook case, but... whatever. It's a case. It's going to sit on my shelf.
Fair enough.
So I'm not going to throw a hissy fit about it anymore, but John...
I'll just mention real quick, hey, more Sega games are coming to the 3D Classics series that have come out in Japan already, but they're coming to the West. Sega confirmed more of them, which means that when the third batch of 3D Classics comes out that has Bare Knuckle 2 / Streets of Rage 2 in it, that'll probably come to the West too, I hope. Buy 3D Classics from Sega when they come out in 2015 so we can keep getting this crap in the West. Do want. Charlotte, it's time for you to talk for a little bit.
What am I doing?
All
What
the
have I done?
news that you wrote down.
Stuff. Well, at the moment, I've got two things for Square Enix, right? Right. So they've got a teaser site up at the moment, which is due to finish in a day-ish, and it's counting down to a new game. I'm opening up the website so I can see how long back. Yeah, 21 hours till it finishes, and it's advertising a new game. We're not sure what it is, but it does have Densetsu in the URL, and which indicates it could be a Mana game because that series is known as Seiken Densetsu in Japan. So that would.
Doesn't it say that like a legend will be reborn or something?
Yes, a legend. It's like a legend. It was like a legend will be returned or something
If
like that.
Legend of Mana is already a thing, and that's a game that came out on the PlayStation 1 eons ago, do you suppose it could be another goddamned iOS port of a Mana game?
Probably.
Online only. Have fun.
Online only Legend of Mana, which wasn't all that great in the first place. I played it.
We'll put it this way. Square Enix was kind enough to put a countdown for for The World Ends With You. And when it finally finished,
Until 1 a.m. I stayed up until 1 a.m. to fucking watch that thing, and I was so excited because I was convinced it was going to be a sequel. I was at my boyfriend's place at the time, and when it finished counting down, I stopped. I was going to be writing an article for the website I work for, and I stopped. And I had to go get a cuddle because I was so mad.
There's nothing says hold me more than the extreme disappointment from yet another missed opportunity by Square Enix.
That's a back of the box quote, Chris.
Yeah.
Nicely done. But I
so
suppose
bad.
that about wraps that up. I really think that it's going to be an iOS port of fucking Legend of Mana. That's what I'm thinking.
Dollars
Would not
to
be
donuts.
surprised.
But you have another piece of news that's
Oh, man.
far more less, because it's about not potential iOS.
Yes. What I think, so Square Enix is going to be holding a live stream, which I think is on tomorrow at Friday, 8 p.m. Japanese time. And I say I think because I'm not sure. The Google Translate is like September. I'm like, okay. But then there's another thing which says live broadcast at November 7th, 8 o'clock. And that is going to be about Final Fantasy Explorers and Bravely Second. And I'm going to be watching it, and it is going to be awesome. American time, I converted it. It's like 3 a.m. Pacific time and 6 a.m. on the East Coast. but it's like 10 p.m. my time, so that's fine.
She can make it work. I won't make that work. I'm not getting up at 6 a.m. Square Enix and Japanese.
You should.
I'm already gonna
I
be
mean,
up
you don't
at
have to
6
say
a.m.
what's happening.
I'll get the recap from you, or I'll get texted 35 times. John, John gets smashed!
Oh, that was hilarious.
It really was. Because I woke up like 5 minutes before that goddamn direct. And
Yeah, you told me that. I got mad because you were like, nah, it's not going to be worth it. Let's go back to sleep. And then
everyone died!
Everyone died. Wait, everyone's back. Broadcast is still going, it says. Or so it claims.
Charlotte, you're back!
okay, that was me. I wasn't sure what happened there.
No.
Yo.
It was not you. It was everyone. Everyone died.
Okay.
Same.
Did you boot me?
Everyone died.
Yep.
Everyone
I was-
died because it was super rare. But it took us back. So yay, Google! Google, yay!
Thanks.
They
Anyway,
brought us
Charlotte.
back. Same broadcast, no fucking goober smooches.
Wait. Let's not. Let's
Yeah, 'cause the last
knock
time
on wood.
It
Find
said it.
wood.
The last
Find
time.
wood and knock on it.
The last time this happened, it was like, yeah, you're fine, and then 5 minutes later, suddenly, boop, you're offline. Anywho, I believe it interrupted Charlotte when she was talking.
It did.
I think all I was saying was broadcast from Square Enix in like 28 hours about Bravely Second and Final Fantasy Explorers, and it's going to be awesome, and I'm going to watch it. And you should all get up at like 4 in the morning to watch it too.
Sure will, Charlotte. Sure
Yes,
will.
ma'am.
If it's Final Fantasy Explorers, I'll at least consider it.
Well, or you could just read my recap. That would be fine.
There you go.
Oh, or I could read your recap.
If
How
people are
handy.
interested in reading your recap, Charlotte, what website would they have to go to do that?
They would need to go to newgameplus.tv. I'm pretty sure that's the URL I should check.
Well, hey, there
Yay.
you go. Plug.
It is New Game Plus.
So, this would be the part where we normally go into our discussion, and we will. This may be a little lengthier show than you regular listeners are used to, but we do have a special guest this week, so we will artificially increase the length a little
Hey, we
bit.
missed a piece of news.
Yank. Oh, did we? Oh my goodness! That
The
piece
thing,
of
the
news.
happening. Woke up and was like, what the fuck? It's my pen.
Chris, tell us about the thing!
Tell us about the thing. I'm not the one who brought up the thing. I can read it if you want me to.
Charlotte, tell us about the thing!
Marvel is crossing over with Attack on Titan. Yes, that's a thing that's actually happening.
Boom!
Don't understand.
I don't know.
I don't understand neither.
I woke up to a picture of like Spider-Man and being chased by a couple of Titans, and I was like, all right, okay, guys. Whatever.
Okay,
So,
this is
what I'm expecting this spring is Ultron to show his face, and then everybody be like, "Oh shit!" Like, you know, in the middle of the second Avengers movie, and then Ultron's gonna do a thing, and then a Titan hand just comes and and they're like, and all of a sudden the song starts, and there are people and wires flying around with giant, like, you know, box cutters and steam everywhere, and that's how the
Spider-Man's
Avengers
web?
do it.
Spider-Man's web is the fucking wire that everybody flies across. Dude!
And instead of steam packs, Tony Stark makes all of them jetpack things,
Yes!
so they don't have to worry about running out of, you know, steam. And
Boom shakalaka.
it's the prequel to Attack on Titan. It's how everything started. Marvel has been building up to this for like 50 years. It's insane.
That's why the crossover happened. Chris, you have a surprise for Charlotte. It's finally time she learns what it is.
I do. Okay. I want to play a little game, and this is going to be a team game. So it's going to be Charlotte versus Randy and John as a team. Okay.
Oh, boy.
And this is how it's going to work. I'm going to just read some, I want to say, like, multiple choice kind of questions, and it's all supposed to be obscure trivia about Australia. And so you being the resident Australian, are supposed to prove that you know your home country better than a couple of wankers.
Live awkwardness. Look at it. Look at it. Charlotte.
So
Like,
how
alright.
does this go? Do we buzz in or do we take turns?
No,
How
no,
does
no.
this work?
I'm just going to say it. It's going to be a couple of different choices, and you both are just going to talk about your choices, and then I'm going to tell you which one's right. So
Alright.
and if you guys want to discuss amongst yourselves, I don't know, to pick one, it's you two versus her.
That's
So,
Okay.
Alright.
but I'm assuming she has the handicap because she's from Australia.
Sure.
So,
But-
I'm not at my computer. I'm not Googling anything.
Neither am I. These hands.
okay. Yes, no Googling. That's bad. That's badness right there. Okay.
Chris.
We will go with the first question, which is... Okay. Gina Reinhart, Australia's richest woman, earns $1 million every day, $1 million every hour, or $1 million every half hour.
Is it 1 million US dollars or is it?
It
Australia.
just says 1 million, man. I don't know what to tell you, alright?
Is it a million kangaroos? I don't know.
Randy, where are you thinking on this?
You know what? I'm gonna say because it's so weirdly specific, 1 million every half hour versus like, I don't know, something else. I kind of want to go with that, man. That's kind of my
Alright.
gut.
I'll go with you on the half hour. Charlotte?
I'm not entirely sure because I would have punched Gina Reinhardt in the face, so I don't really pay much attention to it.
Sure.
I'm gonna go with every half hour.
Alright, well,
I'm
you
not
guys
sure.
both picked the same answer, and it is correct. She earns $1 million every half hour, or
She's a
roughly
mining-
$598 a second, apparently.
Jeez.
So-
She's a mining billionaire.
Oh.
I'd probably want to punch her in the face, too. I don't know her, but that's too much money.
Oh, don't even. Politics.
Next up, Chris.
Anyway.
Okay, next up, we're going to do this one as true or false. In
Okay.
1892, a bunch of really pissed off people decided to move to Paraguay and name it New Australia. True or false?
John, I want to go with your gut on this.
Alright. We'll go false.
Were they
False,
moving
alright.
from Australia?
Yes.
That sounds like something we would do. Like, I've heard it sounds like something we would do. I'm gonna go with true because why not?
Charlotte is right. They did try to start New Australia in Paraguay with
Wow.
200 people. I don't think that turned out very well, obviously, because Paraguay is still
Wow.
Paraguay.
True.
Okie joke.
Okay. Now here's third question. So far, you guys each have... Charlotte's got 2 points. You guys have 1 point. So you guys need to
Right.
catch up. She's
Right.
winning. It's not supposed to happen. Question number 3. Australia is the... And this is the choices. Australia is the first country to allow women to vote, the second country to allow women to vote, or the third country to allow women to vote.
I wanna say it's either first or third because I wanna like initially I'm thinking it would have been something like Britain, then the U.S., and then Australia, but maybe it might have been the reverse. Might have been Australia and then Britain and then us.
You want to go first, Randy?
Yeah, I do. I want to believe that Australia knows what is right. and better than us.
Let's go first. Let's go first.
Charlotte.
All right, so I know.
Charlotte?
So I know we're definitely not. I know we're definitely not first because New Zealand was first.
Damn
Second or third? I'll go with third.
Because that was our
You guys are both incorrect. Australia is the second country to allow women to vote.
Right
Thank
after New
God.
Zealand.
But yes, Charlotte was right. Actually, New Zealand is the first. So
Wow.
Partial credit, she get half a point. No, she gets 0 points. That's not the question.
Partial. What the fuck? The first
That
one?
wasn't the question. It wasn't the question. She only knows
Okay.
that it's not first. That's all she knew.
So officially still 2-1.
Okay.
Officially, still 2-1.
Okay.
All right. Former Prime Minister Bob Hawke set a world record for sculling beer, 2.5 pints of beer, in 10 seconds, 11 seconds, or 12 seconds.
Since we went with me last time.
I don't know what sculling is. What is sculling? First,
Me either.
describe that, because what is that?
You get a drink and you just all at once. Like just
Okay.
all at once. You just
Oh, so like chugging.
Yeah.
Okay.
chug,
All right.
basically just chug it. That's what it
All
is.
right.
I want
I
to,
like
like,
this
if
one.
I had to pick a number, I'd say 11.
Alright.
I was actually going to pick 11. I actually don't know, so I'm going to pick 11. That's what.
Okay, so it's 10, 11, and 12. You guys just going to go the middle?
Yep.
Yes.
All right. Then you are both correct. He sculled, I guess would be that term, 2.5 pints of beer in 11 seconds and suggested
that?
this
Wasn't
was
it
the reason. Huh?
Who was that?
Yeah, and he suggested this was the reason for his political success.
Jeez. So, okay, so 3-2.
Is probably the reason for his
3
political
to 2.
success.
Yeah, it could happen. Let's see, let me find another good one. Alright, true or false? This is question 5. Australia's first police force was made up of the most well-behaved convicts. True or false?
I'm going to go with true.
I would say true as well.
Yeah.
And it's true! 4-3.
Oh, man.
Alright, let's have this be the last question and we can either tie this up and then have a tiebreaker or Charlotte can beat us. So go ahead, Chris.
Okay. True or false? Saudi Arabia imports camels from Australia.
Oh my.
You know what? I'm saying true.
Yeah, I'll go through too.
Well, you can't find camels
You
in
guys are
Australia, so I'm
both
going to go false. False.
Charlotte is wrong. Saudi Arabia does import camels from Australia.
Yes! Tie it up, motherfuckers!
I don't know how it's possible, I just know what it is.
Alright, then let's make this
Huh.
be the end-all be-all option. Whoever gets this one fucking wins.
Okay, tiebreaker. Let me find a really good one then.
In the meantime, hey guys, ladies and gentlemen who have not seen my Facebook or Twitter or other places and who are just hearing this for the first time on this show, I'm going to Australia in 2015 from January 29th through February 9th, and I'm going to stay with that girl over there.
Alright.
Gonna be awesome. Gonna be the best week.
Alright, Chris, go ahead.
Okay. So, this is the last question. Emus and kangaroos are on the Australian coat of arms. And the reason for this is given as one of the following. You have to pick the correct reason.
Oh shit.
Because, what?
Because Australia?
Because they have strong legs, because they don't move backwards, or because... Okay, we'll just do the two. One of those two.
I'm gonna say don't move backwards. I'm gonna say that.
Don't move backwards.
I'm gonna say
Alright,
short
yeah.
legs.
You're good. Well, you guys are on the
Ooh.
same team. You have to make up your damn mind.
Oh, fine. Then
I
I'll
don't
go
know.
with Randy and say move backwards.
We could split off here, and
Don't
then
move
I could be better than you. But that sounds like a good option. You should go with me.
I'll go with you.
Okay, good.
I'll go with you guys.
Chris.
Okay, it's because they don't move backwards is the reason why these animals are on the
Okay.
Australian coat of arms.
That's
You
fine.
know what? We're all ending in a tie.
It's a tie, or I can hear. Quick. If all the sails on the opera house roof were combined, they would create a sphere. True or false?
I don't want to
True.
go with true, but I'm not sure.
You guys are... Alright, it's true. Damn it, you guys are...
See, we know this shit, Chris. We're on equal footing. It's been decided.
surprised you
Your
didn't-
trivia ended.
I'm surprised you didn't bring up the Prime Minister that just went swimming and didn't come back. He just went out to sea for a swim, and then
Well, because I already knew you knew that.
his name is
I'm
Harold
not going to
Holt,
ask you
and
something I already know you know.
his name is
That
Harold
was
Holt,
fun.
and we then named a swimming pool. We then named a swimming pool in his honor because that makes sense. That is the best way to honor someone who got lost while they were swimming.
So excited for what I'm getting into. So excited. Words cannot accurately express. Because, like, I have my passport, and it's a thing that's happening. Like, this is actually a trip that I've paid for and made plans for, and it's a thing.
I paid for.
It's a very
Okay. One last question.
true. All right.
Okay.
True or false? Right now, there is a chlamydia outbreak among kangaroo population in Australia.
Fuck.
Okay, you have my attention.
True or false?
What?
True or false? Currently, there is a chlamydia outbreak in the kangaroo population in Australia.
I'm gonna go true as well.
I'm gonna go true as well because why not?
Because kangaroos fucking. You know what?
It is false. It is false. But there is a chlamydia outbreak among the koala species right now,
Oh,
which has led to a 15% drop in the koala population.
Wow. Where are you getting these from, Chris?
It's from a website. I don't know. It's
Obscure
Australian-
Australian.
I'll send you the link. Anyways, you guys are tied. Whatever. Game's over.
that's good. I like that.
Pals. Charlotte, we're
Yes.
gonna play Terra Enigma while I'm there.
Yes.
We're also
gonna
gonna
be-
try to play Chrono Cross while I'm there. And
This is
visit.
why I'm replaying Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, see? Charlotte's replaying Chrono Trigger, so Charlotte and John can go into Chrono Cross together.
I haven't played Chrono Trigger in like 3 years.
It's true. And I'm gonna eat lots of chocolate in the Lind Cafe. And fucking Australian sushi, which is gonna be the best goddamn thing ever besides going to Japan. I'm so pumped.
Oh yeah, on the Thursday, because it's Monster Hunter Thursday, so we're going to go into the city from Monster Hunter, so John can meet all my Monster Hunter buddies. And on the way in, we're going to get off at a station, and we're going to go and visit the Lindt Cafe, because we have Lindt chocolate cafes here in Australia, and they make the most amazing milkshakes and other stuff. And so we'll go in,
God, I
Lindt
can't.
Cafe, Monster Hunter, come back out, stop at the amazing sushi place, and go back home. And that is our Thursday. We planned that already, so it's going to be great.
Can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. Hey guys, I can't wait. Alright, so it's well, I don't know.
Koalas, man.
Let-
Koalas. I tell you what.
Chris and/or Randy, do you have anything to elaborate upon in great detail? Any games that you played that we talked about earlier before our massive Nintendo Direct segment?
Hey, Jordan,
Not
just make
games,
sure to
but
bring- I was going to say, you just make sure
What
to
was
bring
that?
sunglasses when you come down, Jonathan, because otherwise you'll get your eyes pecked out by magpies. Because it's swooping season.
Fair enough.
Yes.
Sunglasses. That'll be a thing. But Randy, tell us about Metacon.
yes,
I remember because Metatron. Ha!
because Megatron. No, it was a convention this past weekend. It's very anime centric, but I did not go there for the anime. You see, three fine dudes from a group known as THAC, THAC, They are the ones behind a certain series you might have heard me talk about before called Marble Hornets. It's a YouTube Slenderman series that ended after its 5-year run. But hey, they were there and it was cool. I went specifically just to go to their panel. I didn't go for the whole weekend or anything. The con was just like a 10-minute drive, so I was like, whatever. I left work early, got there, attended their panel, which was good times. I have
signed stuff.
I did. We had a lightning round of questions and things, and one of the guys was doodling, and then since I had the last question, he gave me the thing, which I have. So I'm like, oh, yeah, that's cool, and I tweeted out, like, oh, hey, I got this thing drawn by one of the guys himself, which is really neat. But then after the panel, I went and I got Chipotle, because that's what you do, and then I went back to head to the dealer's room where they were hanging out. So I was like, oh, I'll go get some stuff or whatever, and talk them up for a bit. And I bought some stuff. I bought a T-shirt, which their max size was not big enough for me. I'm like, whatever. I will. Here's my motivation to lose weight, so I can wear this goddamn T-shirt. Also got a wristband thing. But the other thing that was really cool, besides them just being really awesome dudes, was that they have their Kickstarter stuff is wrapping up. Like, you know, they've had their Kickstarter in the summer. All the rewards are going out. They have their DVDs all put together. They're working on the Blu-rays right now, which is what I paid for. So I'm still waiting like a month until I get my Kickstarter reward. Which also, I was the first Kickstarter backer, the #1 one there.
Wow, nice.
So I feel pretty good about that. But
did you tell them?
I did not. No, I'm not gonna.
Randy's not gonna toot his own horn in front of people that he respects.
Exactly.
Why not? If you're gonna toot your horn, you should do it always in front of people you respect.
God.
Coming from John, oh my God. Okay.
Okay, so to wrap it up, instead what I did was, you know, they have a podcast, I listened to it, and they talked about, you know, they have a bunch of DVD testers. They send out copies to, you know, people that volunteer so they can check over to make sure there's no bugs or, like, you know, audio missing and things like that. So I was like, oh, do you guys have Blu-ray testers lined up? And they're like, no, we don't. Here's the email. You can sign up and let us know. And, you know, not sign up, but, like, contact this, and then you can totally be on our Blu-ray tester list. So, sweet. I get to do that. And yeah, so that'll be cool. That was my thing. I was only there for the day, and I went there, and I was like, all right, cool. Well, I'm glad I saw you guys. Come up here again sometime.
You made that day work.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't think they come up here often, considering they're based in Alabama. So it's a trip. But yeah, that's all I have. Thank you for listening.
Woo! Chris, we'll talk about our Fantasy Life thing real quick. Chris and I played Fantasy Life together on the internet, because that's the thing you can do with video games these days. And we totally explored the ancient ruins in Fantasy Life, and it's filled with, like, whimsical, adventure-y music, and, like, we had a little adventure. I took Chris to uncharted territory.
You had an adventure, and I carried your things. I carried your bags, is what I did. Because he's like level 30, and I was level 9, actually, at the time. Oh, yeah, well, I got to 14.
To 14, yeah.
I got a bunch of levels. I got like 3 or 4 levels.
Damn.
Oh no, I was 13. Yeah.
I just carried Chris to uncharted territories, to enemies that were massively larger level than he was, and I was just like, here, Chris, have a kill, have some experience. So like, I just took him into uncharted territories so he could see like the desert part of the game that he hasn't been to yet. And while I was there, I saw the ancient ruins, and I saw that they had opened up, and I'm like, wait a minute, I haven't even been back here. Let's go explore something together. And right in front of the ancient ruins is this gigantic fucking T-Rex thing that almost killed me.
It breathes fire. It's a fire-breathing T-Rex, just so you know.
That wasn't enough of a warning for me. I'm like, Chris, let's just move past the T-Rex, let's run past him, and let's explore the ancient ruins anyway.
No, hold on.
Go ahead.
This is what happened, okay? So we see this gigantic T-Rex. John saw it first. He went in there and he's like, oh, this is cool. I zoned in after him, and as soon as my screen opened up, you know, zoning to a new area, I saw myself on the floor dead. And I'm like, wow, okay, that's not right. This thing killed me in one hit as I was zoning into the area.
See, it's so much better when he tells it.
That term, you know, like wake up dead, that actually happened to me in this game. I woke up dead in a new area, and I'm like, wow, this is some lovely dirt in my face.
I, of course, picked Chris up and revived him, and we wandered in to the ancient ruins, which I hadn't explored until then as well. And we made our way into the deep, deep inner sanctum of this fucking dungeon with pretty whimsical music playing in the background. Like it's like creepy dungeon music, but pretty fucking whimsical, as Fantasy Life soundtrack is consistently doing. And then we run into the Golden Dragon, which is like, there's an enemy in the game called the Nap Dragon, which you are told not to approach unless you fear certain death. And then there's the fucking Golden Dragon that we ran into, which looked like the Nap Dragon, but more menacing and shiny and glowy.
It is actually gold.
And I went up to the fucking, like, there's a door behind the Nap Dragon that's, like, massive gold vault. So obviously you're not supposed to be able to beat this dragon very easily. I'm like, fuck it. I'm level 30. Let me draw my sword and let me see what happens when I try to go up against this golden dragon. And it goes seamlessly from whimsical dungeon music to fucking full-on Sephiroth one-winged angel choir shit going on through my ears. And I'm like, Chris, run! Run!
And he's actually, I'm sure he's shouting this, but he didn't have like a stylus, so he wasn't able to communicate. So I just see him book it. And now I was standing back because everything in here, everything in this area, everything in this area can kill me. So I've been keeping my distance. So, you know, not being the idiot, I was, you know, far away. But so I just see him run past, and I was like, "Well, okay, there goes John." And then I look over and I see the dragon running, and I'm like, "Okay, I'm gone." So I run after him too. And he immediately picks up his phone or computer or whatever, and he starts typing into Google Hangouts because it's what we're using to talk. And he said, "Did you hear the music?" And I said, No, what music?" And he says, when we had, it was like boss music. It was full-on boss music. And I was like, "No, I didn't hear it." And he's like, "Okay, I'm going to go up there and I'm going to attack it again. Let's see if you can hear the music." So I actually did it. I put on my big boy pants, pulled out my sword, and yeah, this it's intense stuff. This is like final boss music right here. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah.
It's not even like that final boss music in Fantasy Life that we're describing had not ever played for the entire main story. This is no music I had ever heard before, and all of a sudden it was fucking choir. I'm like, oh my god, we're running and we're running fast in the other direction. But that's my brief Fantasy Life story. And that's why I'm still playing that game, to be honest with you, because I have now mastered both the Paladin life and the Miner life. And I'm going to continue to move on and master all the other, like, combat-based life, because that is where I've been allocating my stats when I level up. So I still got, like, woodcutting and mercenary to master as well, and I'm going to try to explore all these unexplored places and fucking find this random-ass choir music and have more online adventures with Chris and anyone else who wants to party with me in Fantasy Life. It's definitely a game that has a lot more of a lifespan, than I anticipated. But you can read my review at GamePodunk to find out more.
Shameless plug.
So, now that we're done with that, unless, Chris, do you have anything you would like to plug or talk about?
Actually, my that review that I did for that game that made me hate games for a little while, that's up. And you can read my very polarizing, very confused review of Natural Doctrine on GamePodunk.com.
Fair enough. But, before we leave, before we go out on the best note possible, Charlotte, plug all your stuff. What have you been doing?
All of my stuff. So, now I'll get more into it now that exams are over, but I've been playing Monster Hunter 4G, Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, over the break on Monster Hunter Thursdays, which, by the way, I skipped to be here for this podcast. I'm going to be playing Monster Hunter Ultimate with all my buddies. Whoa, guys!
We're special. No, we're special. No, I feel awesome.
Seriously, I'm honored.
So 4G Freedom Night, I'm going to be playing 3 Ultimate with my buddies in the city like each week. And I'm even looking to getting into Frontier G, which is the Japan exclusive MMO, and I might even be importing Portable Third HD for my PS3. For one monster, the final monster, the final online boss in Portable Third, the Amatsume Gatsuchi, try saying that 5 times fast, is not in any other Monster Hunter game ever.
Fair enough.
Yes. So I will be playing a lot of Monster Hunter and other games over my break. I also admin a Facebook page for the Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate page. And on my blog, I've been doing a Beast of Monster Hunter 4 series, which every Thursday Australian time. I've put out an article about one of the new monsters, which you should check out on ZanaGormore.com. And also over the break, I'm going to be planning to stream Monster Hunter 4G with my partner for New Game Plus. I need to sit down and talk to the guy in charge of New Game Plus to figure out the time and stuff. But yeah, that looks like a thing that'll be happening. So I do lots of Monster Hunter. Hi.
Yes. As a matter of fact, she does. But because we love her so much on this here show, we'll use our backwards compatible Facebook page to plug all the stuff that she just plugged in our notes to all of our listeners.
I even got the official admin of the Monster Hunter Capcom official page. Like, apparently, when closer to the release date, he's going to share the article series I've been doing, is what he told me. So that'll be awesome, because that's like 300,000 people on that page.
Yeah, no kidding.
Charlotte takes her Monster Hunter pretty seriously. I don't know if you guys know.
Very seriously.
I couldn't tell. I was a little. I didn't know.
Like, it's really hard to tell, Charlotte. I'm gonna need you to push Monster Hunter a little harder.
I play it. I enjoy it. I love the challenge. I play it with my partner. A lot of my best friends are hunters, and like here in Melbourne, we have one of the strongest communities in the world. Like, we have meets every week, which like doesn't happen anywhere else.
Wow.
It's pretty cool.
Very cool.
And I'm gonna get to attend one of those meets where I will be a lost puppy, but that's okay.
You can just sit there and play Smash Brothers, and I'll just be like, "Hey, this is my best friend. He's here. He gave me this gate key."
I also gave you Raid in Historia, which we've been talking about quite a bit.
Do you have? This is a question for you Monster Hunter guys. Do you have a term for people who don't play Monster Hunter? Like, you know how in Harry Potter they call all the non-wizard people muggles?
Yes, we have a name. They're called dickheads.
Well then.
There you go, John. That's what you are.
My name is Jonathan, and I'm Charlotte's dickhead friend from America. That's okay.
We don't actually have a name. Yeah. Yes.
That was good. I like that. I don't know. You have to use that from now on.
Well, it's true. Charlotte rolls punches. God.
I love Monster Hunter 4G. One of the new mechanics, you can jump off areas and stuff and onto monsters and ride them and stab them in the back and then knock them over. And like, one of the most terrifying things I've ever seen in a Monster Hunter game, there's like this big T-Rex thing called a Devil Joe. And the thing is, you can climb all over the area now, and so can Devil Joe, so can all the other monsters. And I didn't realize this at first. And so I'm fighting a Devil Joe, and I run off the other side of the map to heal. I'm like, okay, I'm on high ground, I'll be fine. So I start drinking a Mega Potion, and then this fucking T-Rex like comes up over the side of like where I'm standing and just smacks me while I'm drinking my potion. I'm like, that was terrifying. That was not cool.
Yeah.
Does it breathe fire?
It can breathe. It has a dragon breath, actually.
It's the same dude.
It's the same dude.
It's crossover content.
He killed Chris, man. He killed Chris. Alright. Randy, are we ready to end this motherfucker?
I think we are good to go. So before we end, I want to let you people out there know that you can leave us feedback by emailing us at feedback.vcpodcast@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Twitter at @VC_podcast, as well as just look for Backwards Compatible Podcast on things like Facebook, Google Plus, and Tumblr because we're there, and you can find us there. You can also check each of us out individually on Twitter. You can catch me, Randy, at Saber_Breaker.
I didn't talk about Xenogears, but you can hear me talk about Xenogears and all the other games I've been playing for only a little teeny tiny bit, just to whet Charlotte's appetite and pique her interest and watch her head turn ever so slightly.
It's false promises. You're leading her on, man.
I know.
Dude,
It's so great.
he did it again.
I'm at Radical Defect. Chris, where can people find you?
I am at Wildcard Corsair.
And hey, Charlotte,
And-
our special guest who never uses Twitter.
Hey,
Never.
I'm starting to get into it now, alright? And I am at Raik Rhythm, which is R-A-I-K Rhythm.
Nice. So, do we have an audience question for this week?
You know what? We don't have an audience question for the week, but I have come up with one.
Good.
What is a game or an anime or a piece of media out there, whatever your media of choice is, dear lovely audience? But for all intents and purposes, what is a game that all of your friends play, or that a friend really, really close to you plays, that you just have no fucking idea about whatsoever? Much like
Monster Hunter.
Charlotte and Monster Hunter. So obviously you know what my answer is going to be. But everyone has their Monster Hunter equivalent out there, and I would like to know, dear audience, what is your friend gaming or friend animating equivalent out there? What is it? Please tell us. Let us know in all the various ways to reach us.
And we will go over that at the start of next week's episode.
True.
So, first off, before we go, I would like to once again thank you, Charlotte, for joining us. It's been awesome having you on, finally.
Was that your finger? What was that?
Looks like a thumb. Thumb up.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
It's a thumb. We all have one, Chris. We have
And then
two.
this
It
one's
just-
Jonathan.
It looked super bright because it was close to the camera. I don't know.
This one's for Jonathan. For not playing.
Oh! Charlotte's big controversy.
Dun, dun, dun.
No, actually,
Well,
to be fair, I know Monster Hunter's not your kind of game, but Jonathan, you have to play Xenogears.
I know.
Fucking.
I know.
make it happen.
I know.
So, that's it for this episode. Check us out next week for episode 20, peeps. Thank you for coming by.
We'll bring Charlotte back if she's not at Monster Hunter Thursday.
Yeah.
And whatever you do, John, when you're in Australia, do not make it with a koala. You'll get the clap.
You'll get the clap.
Yay! Backwards Compatible Podcast! Woo! Bye, everybody. We love you.
Bye, horse